Well, it's the last podcast of the year. No, I haven't been doing this pretty long, but we're gonna recap 2023. Things I got looking forward to in 2024. Go talk about the game last night. I'm not gonna lie, I barely watched it. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, but we just gonna talk about this year and we gonna talk about next year. So let's get it. All right, like I said, I was paying attention to the game last night. Browns beat the Jets. They were kind of blowing them out at halftime, so I was just kind of like, I ain't really gotta watch this. Like we already know the Jet season's been over for a while, but shout out to the Browns. Flacco did his thing. I think they officially like clinched a playoff spot probably by now. They got an 11-5 record. I think they did that. I think they did that. But shout out to the Browns. Your boy Joe Flacco doing his thing. Yeah, they officially clinched a playoff spot last night in last night's game. But I kind of already did my picks for this week as well. I did that Wednesday, so if you wanna know all my picks for the games this weekend, my Cowboys do play tomorrow. We play the Lions tomorrow. But if you want to know all my picks for all the other games, check out the previous podcast that I did on Wednesday. But I kind of want to take this time to reflect on 2023. 2023 was it's been a roller coaster. As I've mentioned before, I lost my uncle 2 years ago. And this was the second full year that I've been living alone. It's the second full year that he's been gone. And it feels it's interesting. I've battled with things with my health, as far as like my actual like physical health, my mental health. I've been trying to take control of that stuff this year. I think I've done an okay job at doing that. Obviously, I've had my moments. I at one point checked myself into the hospital this past summer. Um, but I will say that regardless of the rough mental nights, the nights of not really sleeping, the times I've stayed up 2 3 days in a row, which is kind of nuts. um, I will say that I have a lot of good people in my corner. My internet family has been huge as far as keeping me intact and sane and keeping my spirits up and trying to motivate me. And it's been nice too recently, like my cousins, my blood family, a lot of my uncle's daughters and my cousin Rick. We've all been I've been at least trying to talk more and reach out more if I can. I just was always in the mindset that I'm bothering people. So I always kind of just stay to myself. But it's really hard. I've been in this apartment that I'm in right now since 1998 when my mom passed away. I moved in here with my grandma. We've lost a lot of people since. My oldest cousin passed away a couple years after my mom did. My mom's twin sister passed away in 2003, which was my freshman year in high school. So that was a lot. I lost an uncle who wasn't super close to, but he was always good to me. He was always nice. He was really close to my grandmother. And it was just a lot happening. That was about a 9 year span of her losing three children and her oldest grandchild that she was very close to. So she wouldn't obviously say it, but I know it took a lot of toll on her. You could definitely tell how different she was. She always treated me like I was her own. She took me in. It was it was tough. And there was a few times she would express that was she was not in her best mindset, but she would like try to hide it. You know how parents are, especially grandparents. um, but we shared this room until she passed away, pretty much. Her last maybe 5 6 years of her life, she was kind of in and out of hospitals because of her health. She had dementia. She was a smoker all pretty much all her life. She was diabetic. She would go to dialysis 3 times a week. So that last like 5, 6 years of her life, she was definitely not the same person that raised me. And I had to go through all her mood changes. Me and my uncle, he came here maybe like a good year after she started showing signs, and there was a few times she walked out the house, and she got really physical with me a lot of times. And like before she got sick, she never laid a hand on me. She would yell at me for parent stuff. Like I feel like we're all pretty used to that stuff. Do your homework, clean your room, all that stuff. That's whatever. Other than that, she never put a hand on me before she started getting sick, and then she was showing signs of dementia and all that stuff. And she definitely was a different person. Obviously, it was hard sometimes for her to call me out my name, and like sometimes not even know who I am. That was probably the hard stuff. And she got, like I said, she got physical with me a few times, like tried to hit me or even pulled out knives on me, and it's very triggering. I'm still here, like I'm still in this room where all that stuff happened. I'm still in this apartment where all that stuff happened. Then, like I said, my uncle came here, helping. We were both basically taking care of her. He would, try to get her ready for doctor's appointments. He took care of all the kind of like the business stuff. If he had to go somewhere, I would have to watch her. And it was a lot for both of us, and a lot that a lot of people just won't ever understand. He was going through a lot of stress. Like as I look back on it, like I said, there was times when me and him would kind of butt heads when it came to decisions for her. Um, but I'll always say this. I was like, as much as I we butted heads here and there, it wasn't like we hated each other. After my grandmother passed away, I remember I didn't want him here because he had a bit of a temper and all that stuff, and I didn't feel safe. Um, but we had a discussion maybe like a week or two after she passed, and we cleared it up. Like we were good for the most part. Um, but I love the guy. I still miss him. I miss him every day. I have a picture of him on my wall right now, along with my mom and my aunt, whose birthday, like I said, was the 27th of this past December. But and I also lost an aunt between my uncle that passed and my grandmother. She passed away like a year after. She passed away a year after my grandmother did, and me and her were super close. She would, my birthday, she would come over, and she wouldn't be some extravagant gift, but she'd come over, she'd bring me some snacks. I used to like burn CDs for her and stuff, and we'd just be chilling and hanging, and me and her were really close. So I remember when she stopped kind of doing that, her last like maybe last like year or two of her life, I knew something wasn't right, and she had cancer, ended up passing away. And I've been here through all of that. I've been here through all of that, and it's been a toll. It's been a toll on me mentally. I'm not gonna lie, but I think this year I've tried my best to control that. I think definitely checking myself into the hospital this past year, this past summer was definitely eye opening, and it was definitely needed. Um, I I will say, as much as it tortured me, because as soon as I like got there, I told them I wasn't safe around myself. I had been up for like 3 straight days. I hadn't really ate much throughout those days, and I was like, this isn't right. Like I've had my times when I'm really in my head about things, and it's gotten bad, but it never was that bad. Like I felt different. I legit didn't feel safe in here by myself because I'm here by myself. I didn't feel safe in here by myself. So I was like, I talked to my dad, and he was just like, maybe you need to like check yourself in, just to get, even if it's just to get out that your apartment for a few days. You need to check yourself in. And I was like, yeah. I was like, maybe it's time for me to do that. And like I said, they took my phone as I got there. Uh, Everybody was super nice for the most part. All the doctors, even the other patients, we weren't really like. Obviously, we didn't have like we had some restrictions. Obviously, I couldn't have my phone. There was a set like TV time. There was a set like eating time. We had group therapy every day. The 3 or 4 days I was there. Um, and like the experience as a whole, I met a nice, cool bunch of people. Um, and like I said, I was able to get insulin, which was has been huge because my insulin had always been high. I at least regularly am taking insulin now. Um, and my blood sugar is pretty much at a more of a normal level than it's ever been. So it definitely was something I needed. I needed to disconnect. I needed to disconnect from everything. Um, as much as I love my online fam, who've pretty much is like my family too, just as much as my blood family, I needed to disconnect from everybody. And it was it was nice to come back and everybody be happy to see me again, and my friends who were like legit worried about me and everything. Even one of my friends, my friend Ash, she literally sent a wellness check to my house because she wasn't sure like if I was okay. I did post in my Discord that I'm probably gonna check myself in, but they took my phone, so they were calling. Everybody was calling my phone. I opened up my phone. I was getting so many notifications and messages of people just like, "Are you good? Are you okay?" Even people that I didn't even think that cared. Um, I got DMs from Twitter and Discord and everywhere, and they're like, we're just checking on you, making sure you're good. It was a much needed break, and it was a much needed eye opener. My mental health is still a thing. I still struggle a lot of days, but I will say that I do feel way more optimistic than usual. Because I usually kind of, even though I do have my days when I'm just like, F it, man. I don't feel it today, and I don't feel like moving today, and I still struggle with that on a regular. I am just a little bit more optimistic going into 2024. Um, with all the people I have around me, I'm gonna try, hopefully, get my driver's license. I'm hoping this is my last year in this apartment because I don't know if I could handle another year here by myself. And it's been tough. It's been tough. But going into 2024, like I said, I'm gonna try to get my driver's license, try to get some kind of income going, hopefully get out of here. I'm hoping this podcast becomes a bigger thing. Like I said, I still want to have some guests. I'm hoping to do like a Q&A situation at one point. I'm kind of probably going to speed through the questions depending on how, what questions they are. I'm hoping just things get better. I'm hoping to at some point be able to meet some of my online peeps I've known for years. I'm hoping to at one point get a chance to meet some more of them. I've met three. My friend Robot Giggles, which I went to Atlanta for 2 years ago. Also, Tiger Lily was there, and Bossy, who's my Jersey girl. She's from Jersey. Um, I've met her twice in the past year. So um, it's been and as much as nervous I was to like meet them and stuff in person, they are the nicest, most amazing people that I could ask for. So all my friends that I've kept close over the years, like my boy Squint High and Ash, who's become a huge part of my life on a daily basis. Um, she has her kids call me Aunt Steph, which is nice. Tavi, of course, Chipmunk, um, Eki, who's me and Eki. We have this beautiful like brother sister relationship. He talks to me like crap sometimes, but I love the guy like a little brother. Like that's my boy. Like and Stevie and Sheena and Beck, and I could keep going with all the amazing people I've gotten to know, especially this past year, more than any other year recent like um recent years. Um, I've also no longer friends with someone, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Um, People are gonna come and go in your life. I think that I've learned that. I'll be 35 next week, and I think as you get older, you realize that you feel like you meet people and they're gonna be in your life forever, and it's like sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. You wish that person the best and you keep moving. As long as they don't like really do you dirty, I never have any. wishing bad luck on people. That's never who I am. And her in particular, I definitely don't wish any bad luck. I just don't feel comfortable around her anymore like I used to. But to all the people I've mentioned, I love you guys. You guys have been so important to my daily life. And all my people I've known for years, obviously, like Gigs, like I said, Bossy, people like Invicta, all you guys that I've been around for a long time. I love every single one of you. And I'm hoping that all our friendships just keep getting stronger, and any new friends I meet, um, I'm hoping it just gets stronger. Just knowing people from different walks of life has been probably my favorite thing about just online in general, because I have a lot of online friends who I met through Xbox who I still at least talk to at some point. Um, and it's nice to always hear their voice and catch up and all that stuff. So that's probably gonna be it for me today. I was gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm not gonna have it super long. I'm not gonna have you here all day. I do appreciate, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's taking a few minutes, even if you put me on in the background for background noise. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been amazing. I've been getting a lot of good feedback. Things that I need to probably improve as well, which is nice. Like I said, I don't mind getting a little criticism. Let your girl know. Just be nice about it. We be nice about it. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I love you guys. I hope everybody has a safe 2023 New Year's Eve going into 2024. I hope everyone has a great start to the year. I hope everybody has a great and safe weekend. Y'all be safe out there. Follow me on all the socials. Big Mama Stuff everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm pausing. I'm thinking. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. TikTok is Big Mama Stuff _. We hit 200 followers on there too. So I appreciate everybody that's been going around with the TikTok. So I'm probably gonna just drop a couple this weekend. I've been wanting to like have kind of a schedule for that too. At least drop a TikTok or some kind of content like every day. I usually put it on my Instagram as well. I try to drop it on my Twitter. But yeah, man, I do appreciate all the love. Uh, we also, like I said, we have hit 1,500 followers on Twitch. 2K is my goal definitely for next year. Hitting 2K, being more consistent with streams, dropping content. The podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here. Um, I love you guys, man. Seriously, and I appreciate everybody who takes 2 seconds to listen, leave feedback, drop a follow. But I see you guys. When I see you guys, I love your faces. Stay beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Remember to drink your water, check on a homie, and remember your love. Peace and Happy New Year.